After the recent bombings in Mindanao, the Abu Sayyaf is once again in the limelight. Yes, it's the same group, supposedly no more than 200 followers or fighters that have survived endless military offensives in the mountain redoubts. And after 2 decades, countless soldiers' lives, and billions of pesos in government resources, the Abu Sayyaf still persists today. To understand why, one must understand Sulu's history and its people, the Tausugs, or the people of the currents. Even before the coming of the Spaniards, the Sultanate of Sulu had already established diplomatic ties with China, Sabah, and other neighboring kingdoms. Sulu has a noble seafaring tradition, but as told by James Warren in his book The Sulu Zone, it also has a history of slave raiding and slave trading, where Tausugs hunt for slaves in Visayas and in Luzon to be sold in plantations in Sabah, Malaysia. The Sulu slave trade may have died off, but the warrior tradition still lives on. The Spaniards and the Americans tried but failed to tame Sulu. It is said that the 45 caliber pistol was designed because the 38 caliber sidearm then that was in use could not stop the Moro Juramentados. The 45 caliber would later be known as the Moro Stopper. In any society with a warrior tradition, guns are central, especially if the area is far from the central government. The gun has become a symbol of manhood and a means of livelihood in Sulu. A native son of Sulu, Nurulaji Miswari, established the country's first Moro secessionist movement, the Moro National Liberation Front. And the primary reason why Sulu voted no in the recent plebiscite is that Miswari is not in favor of the BOL. And so what about the Abu Sayyaf? Former commanders of Miswari formed the group after disagreeing with his secular views on the movement. They wanted to incorporate more Islamic teachings into the context of the Moro struggle. And so what is the Abu Sayyaf's secret to survival? First, they cannot be touched in their lairs. They know the lay of the land, every foot trail in the mountains. Second, in an area seldom reached by government resources and services, the Abu Sayyaf is like Robin Hood and his merry men, sharing their resources and their loot with communities that have never benefited from government services. And lastly, when the soldiers come, the Abu Sayyaf fighters can easily blend in with the community because when they are not out doing banditry, they are the community, as tricycle drivers, farmers, or fisher folk. For them, banditry or terrorism, or whatever it is called, has become a means to put food on the table.